Hello there, soul listeners. This is Aura, and this is a Twin Flame Journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the all button so that you are notified of when I'm publishing content. And also don't forget to hype this video up if you like this kind of content, or if you enjoy these messages, and also if they resonate with you. Make sure you let me know in the comments section below. So, I just have a pen and a piece of paper out right now. And I was hearing 2 roads, 2 hearts, but also a true love story never dies. And I'm also hearing the name Jacob for some reason as well. Maybe somebody's name starts with the letter J. Jacob, John, James. Somebody's name starts with the letter J. I kind of feel like this individual has, or possibly this this specifically, and forgive me, I'm hearing that they've worked hard their entire life. I mean, I'm hearing blood, sweat, and tears. And their hands could also be a little bit rough right now. Like maybe they have rough skin. But how they're describing it to me is that they work incredibly hard. This could be literally, this could be they physically work hard with their hands, or this could be on a soulful level. They've put a lot of hard work into something. And I'm hearing they're going places. I feel like this almost feels very old, like maybe kind of ancient, or they have, they've learned a lot of lessons growing up, especially in the family dynamic. I feel like they are someone very important. Someone who they could have also worn a uniform as well. I'm picking up a very masculine energy here. This is very interesting. I almost feel like they might have passed on. I almost feel that way. They almost could have passed on, possibly. I feel like they were also very connected to a particular family member, very close with a particular family member. It seems like they have they have put a lot of work into this individual. Maybe this is they're not really telling me that it's, I'm not really feeling like this is it's not, it doesn't feel very specific, but it feels like they are, it feels like they're connected to each other. And maybe this could also be like a father-daughter dynamic, father-son dynamic. It's not being very specific in nature with that. But I almost feel like it's like they held this family dynamic together. It was like they were the key to holding this family dynamic together. And they worked so hard at it, or they worked incredibly hard at it. And it felt like at times they couldn't do it, or they struggled, or it feels like they struggled with the what is the word I'm thinking of? It's almost like they struggled with how they went about it. Am I going about it the wrong way? And it kind of maybe how it presented to the family. I almost kind of feel like a black sheep kind of energy. Like maybe they didn't fit into the family dynamic so much. But it's like they still cared, they still kind of cared. And I'm also kind of hearing like they didn't want this to be passed down to my children or my daughter or my son. I did not want this kind of, I don't want this kind of hard, this hard work or these challenges, or it almost feels like I don't want these things to be passed down to my children in this way. And I'm also hearing despair. I just want things to be a little bit more easy for them. And this almost feels like an older kind of person, possibly. Yeah, and I feel like maybe there has been some challenging financial times as well. I feel like, I don't know why, but this feels kind of like the Great Depression kind of era, or this is going to be probably a very odd message. So if someone's looking for this is going to be a very odd message. I can feel it. I'm sensing a lot of challenging financial times growing up. I'm sensing a lot of it kind of feels like someone who had to find their own way. And when they finally found their own way, it almost feels like they got pulled in a different direction, or they had people around them that were trying to pull them in a different direction. And now I'm kind of hearing the word or the name Frank. Yeah, it kind of feels like, it also feels like there were individuals in the family dynamic that did things that they should not have done as well. Maybe they took things, they did things that they shouldn't have done. It almost feels very shady. It kind of feels very shady. It feels like they lied about something. They did something that they shouldn't have done. This also has to do with money as well. And it kind of feels like why this individual kind of strayed away, pulled away from the dynamic, and had to find their own way in life. Maybe they had to go another route to earn money, to make a living for themselves. This feels very masculine. They had to kind of bypass all of that to earn their own way. They even had to, I feel like they also had to move away, whether that is physical or also like actual, like they had to pack their bags and actually leave, is something that I'm hearing. And I'm also, I don't know why, but I'm smelling, I feel like I'm smelling a cologne of some sort. A cologne of some sort. Oh my goodness. And they moved away because it's like they didn't have a choice. But I'm also kind of hearing there is something romantic about this as well. And I almost feel like they wrote a letter to someone that they cared about, even though they're far away from them, is what I'm hearing. Maybe they had to move, or they had to leave, they had to relocate somehow for whatever reason. It almost feels like they separated unexpectedly. They packed their bags and they left. And they had to leave. But I feel like this, maybe this might not even have anything to do with family members or anything like that. This might have to do with something else. It feels like they had to battle whoever this is, who had to discover or find their own way. It's almost like they had to find their own self, like find themselves through like what they wear or their clothing. It's kind of like discovering my identity in some aspect. Discovering almost who I am. And it feels like they isolated themselves. I also feel like this situation helped them mature. It helped them grow. I don't know why, but I feel like they have been writing letters to someone, and I feel like this is most definitely their divine twin, their someone that I feel like they have been writing to, but I don't feel like they're getting the message. I don't feel like they're receiving this communication. Maybe this happened during Mercury retrograde. Oh, wow. They have been writing to someone. They have been writing to their divine twin. And I'm hearing date. Go out on a date. But it also, and I'm also seeing the number 444 here. The story is not over. And I feel like that's what the beginning of this message was. A true love story never ends. And I feel like for the both of you, you have felt like this story is over. This is over. This is done. And I don't feel like that's the case here. I do feel like there is something here possibly about a family dynamic. Something along those lines. Maybe somebody lost a job here. But I feel like when they packed up and when they left, they were writing to someone. They were writing to someone that they care about. And I feel like it's their divine twin. I feel like it's their divine twin. And it almost feels like there's some type of expectation here. There's also children involved in this as well. There's some type of child involved here, I feel like. Because I see a child, a small child possibly, the age of 3, holding a bear, a stuffed bear, but holding a very close stuffed animal, an item. And I'm hearing this was a gift. This was a gift from somebody. I'm also kind of hearing like there has been a lot of letdowns for this particular connection. There's been a lot of letdowns. And I feel like it's like it hasn't really necessarily been on purpose. It hasn't necessarily been on purpose. it's almost like the universe is saying, especially for this particular connection to, it's like they're trying to bring the two of you together. They have been trying for a while. I'm hearing possibly like 15 weeks, 15 months. They've been trying for quite a while to bring the two of you together. But I almost want to say that someone had to reach a form of maturity. Something like that had to happen. And then once again, I'm hearing James, John, Jacob. Possibly someone's name starts with a J or an H. Some type of maturity had to manifest, had to occur for this individual. And I feel like, once again, whoever moved away, it kind of feels like it has something to do with some type of family dynamic, some type of toxic family dynamic or friendship dynamic. But I feel like this was an experience for them. And I also see them wearing some type of uniform. Maybe they had to, maybe at one point they wore a uniform somewhere, but they had to come into their own. Like they had to reach a place of coming into their own, without all of these. They could be third parties, or it could be a karmic relationship. I don't feel a karmic relationship. What this really feels like is someone who had to find their own way. They very well could be a very ancient soul. But this is like two roads, two individuals who are on a path, all right? But the roads are about to merge into one path. And it's like, it feels like it only a matter of time. So, 15 weeks, 15 days, not 15 years. But it feels like someone had to reach some type of maturity. I do feel like I don't feel another third party karmic relationship here. I don't feel that. I do feel that the third parties in these channeled messages, it feels like it's in their social circle. It could be family, it could be friends. But I don't feel a karmic connection here. I feel a gift coming. I also feel like someone's mother, possibly. I kind of hear her lecturing someone right now. Like I've worked my whole entire life. Don't mess this up. Don't screw this up. It's kind of what I'm hearing. A mother lecturing someone about perhaps maybe leaving the nest, or leaving behind something, because it almost feels like they had to leave something behind. Yeah. Keep this in mind if this resonates with you. A true love story never ends. okay? Keep that in mind. A true love story never ends. It never dies. It never dies. It expands. It grows. It moves on and on and on. And I kind of feel like that's what this particular message or this particular journey is bringing for you, is trying to help you understand and come to know that this particular love story is not over. It's not finished. And I feel like perhaps I still feel like there are some either unanswered questions, or it's like unanswered communication, like unanswered letters. Maybe it feels like someone has been writing letters, maybe trying to keep them updated or trying to help them understand something, why they're doing what they're doing. Or why they have taken certain actions in the past. And it kind of feels like they've been reaching out to their divine twin. They've been reaching out to them to say these things to them, to say these specific things to them. Maybe trying to justify their actions, but I feel like they have been dealing with a lot of toxicity. Their environment has been very toxic for them. And I feel like it's been happening for a very long time. Is something else that I'm picking up here. I feel like you have whoever this message is for also. I feel like this is the last message that I have here, is this has taught you a lot. It has taught you a lot. You've gained a lot from this, even though it doesn't feel like it. But it has taught you a lot, and you should be grateful that you are where you are right now in your life. Okay. Very interesting. I'm going to leave it there with this. And I hope that this resonated for someone out there. Until next time, and until my next video, this is a Twin Flame Journey, and I'm Aura.